Beginnings are like titles, indicators of an open path, an invitation to finding. I'm looking for us, the version of us, pure and in other worlds and other words, I wonder. Let's find ourselves as it happens, if it happens to be evening as we happen. Let's embrace delight. There's simply no reason not to. And let's forget about reason for all the right reasons, for some reason that feels like morning. A sunlight.
Thought it was really cool that we had this spoken word, almost slam poetry narration behind the dance and the movements, and add an extra layer to that, which I thought was really cool. I also thought the cinematography of this film was really well done. They had a lot of fun with silhouettes and shadows and different colored lighting. It was really striking and beautiful to see that along with the dance. The performance of the narration and the monologue was also really well done. I thought they really did a great job of emphasizing what they were saying and having that almost be a beat for the dance. So yeah, I thought this was a really well done film. A different way to do a dance film with, you know, the slam poetry behind the dance and the really cool use of shadows, silhouettes, and color in this film.
Poetic masterpiece. The words are brought with such creative empathy and alluring, relatable perspectives. I think that's what I resonated with the most within this piece. But having this paired with, you know, the body movement and the expression that can come from within, and having that energy be executed and brought out, and brings sort of a healing endeavor, right? And so I think as a viewer, we get this chance to sit with this, you know, single being in the room and really take in what they have to say when it comes to the mind, the body, the soul.
I thought it was very interesting right from the beginning. It was like a spoken word video with beautiful dance movements for the guy that was the main person in the beginning. I loved his dancing, his technique, just very controlled and sort of fluid movements that were very smooth and just beautiful to watch, very controlled, very emotional. Nice lighting. I really liked the yellow, the blue, the peach, purple, green, blue. It was just all really cool to see. It was just a great feast for the senses, I thought, this whole video. Very passionate performances with the narration and the dance movements. I liked it when the woman came in too and she was looking at the papers. Really nice. Nice music. Strong. I wrote down strong guy moving so gently and beautifully because I felt like this man was like really portraying a strong man, but also sort of passionate and sensitive and just, you know, expressive. Really, really nice, and nice writing to the narration. Really cool shadow work too throughout, and very good insights in the writing. I took a lot away from that. I like switching it up with having the girl come in and then the guy come in. I felt like it was a love story as well, and talking about family.
You know, in the beginning, it felt like he was kind of working on himself, or, you know, kind of trying to deal or tackle some of like larger questions about life or existence or whatever. And then that turned into working on a relationship. And then that turned into the relationship maybe not panning out. And then that turned into, you know, mistiming or what you do from there. How do you move on from that? And so for me, it felt very much like a full circle. You did get more than one perspective, but very much like how I think a lot of people end up operating. Kind of get back to your equilibrium, because in a relationship, I feel like there's so much give and take between two partners that when a relationship ends, especially if it's been like a serious relationship, you do kind of have to figure out your way back to being a single person instead of part of a pair, or part of a partnership. And that can take time. And I feel like this, like I said, gave a really full circle experience where they had very well defined different moments that you could kind of track, which I really, really loved. And I loved the partner work that they did, especially with like the letters and the dance and the movement of it. That particularly was so beautiful, and I felt really, really, really poignant.
A really creative way to visually present a spoken word poem, which I thought was really interesting. I liked how the poetry side was really well written and reflective on words and language and correspondence. And I enjoyed visually the dance style and the attention to detail in terms of the costumes, the lighting, the movement, the papers on the floor. It all brings it together in a really beautiful way that I think adds something to the spoken word poetry experience.